Senator Blackburn, good to see you in person.
Yes, indeed.
It's a busy and a big day here. As you and I are speaking, the moms are represented on the stage. This is a fascinating concept and pretty easy to understand, but it's maybe something a lot of Americans don't know, and that's just the free market at work versus waiting for a handout from government. I love that that's the focus, using government to say the free market's the better way to go.
Well, yes, you're exactly right. And all these babies that are born for the next 3 years are going to get a Trump account. And good for them. And people that have children and they're little kids and they want to start a Trump account, they can go to the IRS website and pull down Form 4547 and start that account for their children. The good thing is, as you said, it's a free market at work.
Yes.
You put that initial deposit in. If you make all the max contributions, by the time the child is 18, then you've got over $300,000 in the account. If you keep the account until they're 28, it's $1 million. So that's an education with no debt, or that's a house for individuals. And it does shift that narrative to building that nest egg and talking about access to capital, talking about financial literacy, talking about spending less and saving more and doing more with less. And those are important concepts.
You know what I love about it is it makes the taxpayer and the citizen a fan and an ally of the free market instead of this Marxist ideology that's causing people to be hostile and angry and says capitalism's a bad thing and they want government from cradle to grave. This is the first time I've ever seen a Treasury Secretary and a president say, we're going to use the bully pulpit of the government to message it a different way. I just love it.
I think it is absolutely fantastic. And to be able for children to have these accounts, for parents to be able to, every quarter, every year, look at the way that interest is growing. I think that it's a wonderful concept. I applaud the President and Secretary Bessent for bringing it forward. I'm a member of Senate Finance Committee, and of course, we pushed as a committee this concept forward and included it in the Working Families Tax Cut.
It's a busy week here in Washington. All eyes on you guys in Congress as we're talking about another government shutdown. Where's that headed?
I don't think you'll see a shutdown. You've got some Democrats that want one and most who don't. So being sure that we fund the government and get off the Biden budget and onto the Trump budget numbers is the imperative. We'll do that. We'll stay here till we get it done.
DHS, they say, is what they will not fund. Chuck Schumer has said they've used the situation in Minneapolis as the imprimatur to say we're not funding the Department of Homeland Security. Do you think that's ultimately what's going to happen?
No, because Homeland Security also covers FEMA. And right now we have 200 million Americans that have been adversely impacted by a storm in Tennessee. We have had such an ice storm. We've not had something like this in our recent history. And there is an incredible amount of damage. In Nashville alone, you still have 130,000 premises that are without power.
Wow.
And that's a lot of people that are still waiting to get their power back.
So a bad look to not fund FEMA.
A very bad look to not fund FEMA. Coast Guard funding comes out of the DHS budget. And of course, that is important all along the eastern seaboard and the impact they've felt from the storm.
I know you've got a hearing today. You and I were just talking a little bit about it. This is an interesting one. Maybe something isn't on everybody's front page, but what are you working on?
Oh, yes. We're going to talk about the scalping and the uppricing that is taking place in the live venue ticketing market for concerts, for shows, for sporting events. And Ticketmaster has allowed this to go on, claiming they couldn't police the bots that hit their site every day. We know that that's false. We'll hear from them. Kid Rock is the artist who is going to be in front of us. We're going to talk about the scalping and the secondary market, the resale market, where they increase the prices 100, 200, 300%. And of course, Ticketmaster gets a piece of that action.
Before I let you go, SAVE Act. I know you got to run, but could I ask you about the SAVE Act? Where are you on that, and do you think that's going to make it through the Senate?
We have it at Judiciary Committee, and yes, indeed, we expect it will make it through the Senate.
That's a big one. I know everybody's watching for it. Yes, Senator, indeed. We are so grateful to see you in person. Great to see you, and thanks for all the time you give us on the show. Have a great week.
You too.